So I have to be honest about something, for sure, before we continue on. So, bear with me for just a second, but I was really bummed out when I first read the anniversary update and game balance changes blurb in the Mobius FF official calendar information news area. Basically, I was a little bit bummed out when I read it, and I didn't really know exactly why that was. I think it was for a couple of reasons. Seeing the VIP made me a little bit sad, because honestly it just feels like SE doesn't know how to manage a game and bring players to the game, or that's how it felt at the time. VIP mode, while it's a great thing, I think it's a good thing to add for players who are paying. It's you know, it's great. It's great to give them something extra and to give them, you know, some good stuff for basically buying into the game. But I really wanted to see everybody get something across the board, because honestly, getting something like VIP, like, we're not turning around and telling our friends like, oh my god, you guys, we're getting VIP mode. That's not something that brings hype to the game, honestly. In fact, I had some comments, I read some comments, I've talked to some people who honestly aren't that hyped for the VIP thing. They are, I mean, it's not really pay to win. I know a lot of people are scared it's pay to win. It's not really pay to win, I'll say. It's more like you just get a little bonus for your single player time if you have purchased the $10 worth of magicite. That being said, games like this, I know SE's doing their damn best with games like this, but what I've noticed is balance is really important, and you want to be doing as many things as you possibly can to be bringing hype and to bring new players to the game, because they keep it fresh for the old players, honestly. That's why I was sad to see them add something that would really only help paying players, because, you know, not everybody is going to, this isn't going to be a deal that's worth it to everybody. So that's why I was a little disappointed when I first saw this. I'd rather see a game change that goes across the board that helps everybody, something we can get hype about. And this just didn't do it for me. VIP just didn't do it for me. Anything, so my thought behind this, just to go over this really quick, and I'm sorry if I'm being all over the place, but whenever there's a power gap, you guys, whenever there's a power gap that continues to grow, what ends up happening is it gets really discouraging for newer players or casual players, because the way they see it, it's impossible to catch up. So why bother, basically? So, you know, this isn't a problem in, you know, in the short run as much as it is in the long run. But what's gonna happen is basically it would end up driving players away from the game, in my opinion. It's not something that's going to close that power gap that we're feeling right now. Right now, it's not about having, you know, 1-2 Supremes. It's more about which Supremes you don't have that are really going to affect your gameplay and, you know, moving forward. And I mean, like it or not, there is a competitive aspect to this game in the tower. And that's that's why it's a huge issue for some people. Plus, you can definitely notice a power gap when it comes to, you know, doing multiplayer and the, you know, the newer 4-star, the newer 5-star battles versus the older 5-star battles. So that's why that's why I was a little disheartened. That's why it took me so long to make this video that you're looking at right now, the 2nd anniversary event and game balance changes video that I was making, just because honestly, calling VIP mode a game balance change isn't cool with me, honestly. That's not a game balance change. The only thing that's really changing as far as balance goes is my account balance in my bank account, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I wasn't hype about this. I definitely want to hear your opinions about this down below. If you kind of saw this and you were like, oh, that's not a great update. I don't know. Just leave me a little comment down below so I don't feel like a goddamn crazy person. I swear to God, I'm like the only person who calls these things out when I see them. And I know it's not a big deal, and you know, it's not a bad thing by any means that they're adding, you know, the VIP mode. I definitely don't want anybody to think, you know, oh, I don't think this, you know, this game's got to make some money. They got to make some money so they can improve the game, make some changes to it. And a lot of people, honestly, they don't really buy Magicite until like there's something crazy come out, like a Magicite deal, or what's going on now with the Supreme Card Summon for newcomers. I will say what I wish they would have done to really bring some hype and love back to Mobius FF Global was, I wish instead of having those Supreme tickets $75, they should have just given us a Supreme for straight up free, and given us the deal where we could get another Supreme for $75. The reason why I say that is because it goes back to what I was saying before, where the meta is shifted so much towards like Supreme cards being the end all be all, that having one Supreme card's not gonna break anything, and it's not even enough to keep up with the old bees, basically. So I mean, giving like a Supreme card, it sounds crazy, I know, but like just one would give everybody a taste of, you know, what Supremes are really like. And I think it would bring the right kind of hype back to Mobius Final Fantasy. And I mean, it would be such a good idea, because then if they offered the $75 for another Supreme, or, you know, maybe a Supreme and a skin, then, you know, maybe more people would be willing to cough up that $75, buy that skin, buy that second Supreme, and, you know, get into this game, because Supremes make the game fun. But like it or not, Supremes also broke the game and made it so that you don't need Supremes to beat this game, enjoy this game, anything like that, but it is going to save you a crap load of time. And time is money, guys, so that's why I'm making this video. Let me know how you guys feel about all this stuff down below, man. I feel like a crazy person sometimes, but the reason I wanted to start with that is because we did get some game balance hits. We did finally get some real game balance changes, some real changes that are gonna help everybody across the board. And this is the kind of stuff I want to see more of. This is the kind of stuff that actually does get me hyped to play Mobius FF, gets me hyped to be, you know, sharing this game with you guys. So what you're looking at here is, it's a rework on the ultimates for older jobs. So I won't read every single job to you, because there's honestly a lot. It's basically a lot of jobs. You're gonna want to check this link out in the description of this video. Big thanks to Cywar for putting this one together, and Moushiro, and the whole Reddit community for Mobius FF. But basically, lots of the jobs ults are getting buffs, and they're adding certain really nice buffs, like additional effects to the ults when you do the ults. So basically just bringing a lot of these jobs, older jobs, a little bit more out of the trash and making them more viable post Hall of Fame. I mean, if you look at Mythic Knight, it had 50% break power on its ult. Like 50% is all it had. So now it's got 800%, which is great. It's still an attack power based ult, but it now adds Faith and Boost and Prism Shift, which is awesome. This is the kind of stuff I want to see more of, because this helps everybody. This brings hype to the game. Plus this makes it so, you know, not only will newer players have a better time with like starter jobs, but if you do have some of these jobs, these are some of the deadest jobs in Mobius Final Fantasy. And if you look at this list, it's long. Like, it's a pretty long list. So imagine you're a new player and you pull nothing but these trash tier jobs. Like, you're gonna be depressed, or you would have been depressed. But now this makes those jobs a lot better. You know, it's not perfect, it's not 100% fixed, but this is a huge improvement, and it really gives me hope for the future of this game, because balance is a huge issue in Mobius Final Fantasy. It's a huge issue in all gacha games, honestly, but in a game like Mobius Final Fantasy, where there are a lot of jobs, you don't want there to be a huge power gap between some of these jobs. I know you know, a small power gap is pretty, you know, it's fine, just because it's, you know, it's that kind of game, that kind of gacha game. But imagine how more nuanced and beautiful this game would be if all these jobs were basically viable, and, you know, you could bring all these jobs everywhere, and that way you could actually play your favorite jobs rather than, you know, just play the new jobs in the meta. So bravo, SE. They didn't tell us they were gonna do this. I wish this was in the 2nd anniversary announcement, so I would have been hyped to cover all this stuff with you, and I still am hyped to cover this stuff with you now. So let me know what you guys think about all this good stuff, all these game balance updates. I still have more updates to go over with you guys. But this video is already too long. It's already too long. Let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed the more discussion type video today. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you. Big thanks to everybody for coming by, hitting that subscribe, hitting that thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. It's been a pleasure being your host. Good luck to you, and I'll catch you later.